Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. We are with our friend, our feline friend and human friend,
Yeah.
Dr. Kevin Richardson. And what is your cat's name again?
Bastet.
Hello, Bastet. Well, where'd she go now? We look like liars.
I took her off the desk.
You're like,
She's sitting in front of the desk, grooming herself. Oh, here she is.
Maybe she's
back.
waiting for you to, do a little hypnotic session, a little hypnosis on the animal. Can you do that?
Well, I don't know if I can or not.
Cats I have a cat too, so they're just so like all over the place. So I can't even sit still. My cat's the same way.
Yeah, it's like she's been asleep, and then she heard your voice, and it's like, oh, camera's on. Time to go. My turn.
That is so cute. Oh my goodness. Well, hello, welcome back today. For those that you may not know, our good friend Kevin's here, Dr. Richardson, hypnotherapist, and so much more. Explain.
Oh, golly gompers. So much more. My name's Kevin Richardson. I'm also an occupational therapist by background. So I've been doing that 44 years. Isn't that amazing?
Wow, that is.
It is. And so hypnosis really is a nice adjunct to this.
Yeah.
It really does fit in well.
Got it.
And so, golly, this journey started 46 years ago. And my whole focus has been to help people. And I have a very strong belief that people deserve to live their lives at the highest potential possible.
Mm-hmm.
And so occupational therapy really fit well with that, because I was able to help people regain and take back their lives and help them be functional again. Yeah. And that really falls into my core belief that people deserve to be functionally independent to their highest level, no matter what the problem is. No matter what the problem is, whether it's a physical limitation or if it's a mental limitation in some way. So, wow, hypnosis really falls into my core belief that the reason why I believe so strongly in hypnosis is that it provides a vehicle for helping people to overcome so many different issues, fears, phobias, pain management. Oh my gosh. And this is an area that I'm really focusing in on because, like we talked, 50 million people live in pain every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that I'm able to help folks achieve that. And I want folks to be able to achieve a certain level of comfort. And so hypnosis is the vehicle. And why do I do it? Because I love people. I love being with people. I love helping people. I want people to achieve their highest function. And so it's about teaching folks how to be independent. It's about giving people tools. If folks are living in pain every day, if folks are living with a fear, if folks are living with despair because they can't lose weight, hypnosis is a vehicle, a tool that they can use to help them achieve a goal, whatever it may be for them. And hypnosis is really a customizable modality. And it really does focus on each individual. So, and that's what I love. I love being able to help individuals achieve their goal. And oh golly, it's really hard to describe a feeling. It's really hard to describe why you love what you do. And I really love it because of the smile that I get, which is just fabulous. After working with someone who's in 8 or 9 over 10 pain, and then after 8 or 9 sessions, they give you the biggest smile and the biggest hug because now they're able to live a life in comfort. And that's why I do it, is the smile I get, the thank you I get. That people now are able to take control of their life, take back control of their life, and move forward.
Yep.
So that's kind of my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Good. And I know you do share some of your personal client stories and journeys without mentioning their names. We had the woman with the fear of, was it falling?
Fear of falling.
Any updates there or with any of your other clients?
Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Success. The physical therapist, I connected with the physical therapist last week, and the lady who for months refused to get out of bed and who refused to even sit on the edge of the bed is now in her recliner, it's called a walking frame, and it's kind of a sit stand thing that people use when their balance is off, but she loves being in the walking frame. She loves being up, and that is a huge success, and hypnosis was a part of that success. The physical therapist really was the champion, but the hypnosis was the vehicle for the therapist to succeed for the patient to succeed, because we were able to tune down that fear. So yeah, she's up, she's out of bed.
Great.
Yeah. And the physical therapist is happy, the patient is happy, everyone's happy. So yeah, so it's so cool. So yeah, so it's, you meet the most interesting people doing this. You meet people with the most interesting issues. I have a client now who has cancer and stage 4. And so they've been dealing with issues with blood levels and needing transfusions and fatigue and all of that goes along with some of the cancer. And so in our hypnosis, we have been doing hypnosis and visualization of the blood cells growing and multiplying and developing into healthy blood cells. So this week I'll have an update with him, but last week they didn't need a blood transfusion because their blood levels increased back to normal limits. So the first question is are you on medication to build the blood? And then big, huge smile. And he said, no. And so he said, it was the hypnosis. So I have no proof of that. I can't prove it or anything, but that's the variable that we're working with, is building the blood cells. And so the smile on their face, the relief on their face that they weren't going to have another blood transfusion was just amazing. It was so cool. Wow. It was so cool. So it it really makes me want to get up every morning and continue doing this because it helps people. So it is so cool. And hypnosis is about you, the individual. It's about meeting you at your level.
Yeah.
And it's about identifying what are the real issues that we're dealing with. And it's about getting to the core of the issue. And then through the hypnosis, it's the vehicle, it's the car that takes us to where we're going to go. And so it really is just, it's just hard to describe the feeling you get when you hear someone say, oh, I didn't need a blood transfusion this week because the blood levels are back to normal.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow.
Now you've talked, you said over 145 types of things in hypnosis. I've never knew about this. This is like, wow, work. I mean, but like, helping health, making somebody's body healthier. That's on the, we haven't discussed this before. This is
we've never talked about it before.
No, this is awesome.
I really had my doubts about doing that and really focusing on that. However, the mind is more powerful than we realize.
Wow.
The mind controls the body. Wow. The mind controls the development of the blood cells. It controls the chemicals needed to develop blood. It develops everything in our body in order for us to survive. So it only lends itself logically that if you can get in there and work with the mind and help the mind make up its decision about controlling other aspects of the body, why wouldn't it work?
Yeah.
And it's called mind-body syndromes. And it's where the mind is causing the illness. And it's interesting because so many doctors will say, I have no idea why you're doing this. I have no idea why you're in so much pain. I have no idea how this happened. Fibromyalgia, they think it's an autoimmune disease, but they don't know. They think it is. But that's an area that hypnosis has been shown to help to a certain extent. Hypnosis doesn't cure. It helps for you to achieve an end goal. So it doesn't help you to become healthy, but it helps you towards wellness. And so, yeah, like it's like, wow, how does this work? But how it works is basically going through the mind and helping the mind to change its positives and negatives. So it really does help. So
awesome. 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 You know, my mom had stage 4 cancer quite a few years ago. She passed, 5 years. She had lung cancer. Yeah. So, you know, there was no chance of survival, but that's when I first learned about, like, I never knew that something called Reiki, which is energy work, that could help someone dealing with pain and lift and help with the blood counts and just making them feel better, but also doing some, you know, physical work on them to make them more comfortable in a sense. Now, it was not saying Reiki is going to cure someone, but this is so cool. I never knew hypnosis could be used for this too, Kevin.
Yeah,
this is awesome.
It can. Reiki is absolutely awesome. I'm married to a Karuna Reiki master. And so it's like, oh my God. I used to get terrible migraines. And I would lose my sight. Everything would just go white. and I was driving on the freeway. We were going somewhere on the freeway, and it was a long drive, and I got a migraine.
Oh, wow.
And I said, you're going to have to help me get pulled over to the side of the road, and you're going to have to drive. It was like, you're on the freeway, dude. There's no place to pull over.
You're like, oh yeah.
So they did Reiki. Yeah.
I'm loving this. Wait, who's that? Wait,
this is Dusty.
Dusty. Okay, I know there's more than one. Oh.
Dusty Bottoms. His name is Dusty Bottoms.
Oh, does he have a gray bottom? I only see the front right now, and I see the black.
Well,
and the
when he would use the litter box, he would sit on the litter, and he'd walk out with dust on his bottom.
Oh my gosh, got it. Very cute.
So, but Reiki cured my migraines.
Wow.
So pulled it right out, just pulled it right out and stopped it just right in the track. So there is benefit, and there is Reiki does help. It does help. So that's wonderful that your mother was able to experience that. So,
yeah. Well,
it's
learning.
so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the whole thing in helping people with their wellness, it's just to see them smile, just to see them relax. There are some hypnotherapists that are Reiki masters as well, and do have Reiki practices as well. So there are combinations of that, along with some other Eastern medicine techniques. And Dr. William Kroger, oh my gosh, he was the dean of hypnosis for doctors, medical doctors. He was a professor in a medical school, and he was a proponent that all doctors should have at least 144 hours minimum of training in hypnotherapy techniques. And he was such a strong proponent of it. And he actually brought hypnosis into the medical realm, and he introduced hypnosis as a viable technique. And he did surgeries on folks with no anesthesia, only using hypnosis. I know, it blows your mind away. It is just incredible. There's a video, I haven't been able to find it on YouTube or on the internet, but in his book, Clinical and Experimental Hypnosis, he talks about where he did a thyroid surgery on a woman with only using hypnosis as anesthesia. And afterwards, after the surgery, he brought her out of hypnosis. She got up and walked back to her room. And they talked to her afterward, and she says, I didn't feel any pain. I felt a little tugging and I felt a little pulling, but no pain. And she had no pain afterwards.
Wow.
On her thyroid. And then he also introduced hypnosis for labor and delivery.
Wow.
For women delivering babies. And he would do hypnosis with the women that were in labor, and they had no pain. They felt pressure, but they had no pain. And well, I've never experienced delivering a baby, but they tell me it's like some of the world's worst pain that you go through. I've
had to. It's painful, but it's temporary.
Yeah.
That's what I say. I'm a tough cookie though, but some people are like, but it's whatever. Pain is, to me, well, I always say pain is temporary. But again, for people who I don't have any chronic diseases. So
Yeah.
my type of pain, if I get hurt, break something or fall, it's temporary. Having a baby,
It's
temporary
temporary.
pain.
Yeah.
Someone like, it's funny, just to bring this up quickly, I'm thinking lately, my son wakes up in the middle of the night screaming and crying. He's what, 7? He gets pains in his legs, and people are like, oh, it's growing pains, growing pains. I told the doctor about it last year, his knees, his ankles, arms, but it's everywhere. So upon further research, myself, I'm taking him to the doctor next week, but last year she said, oh, don't worry about his growing pains. Now I'm a little more concerned when I went back to the genetic line of his father to see that the mom, the grandma, the sister all have fibromyalgia. I'm thinking, okay, alert here. Maybe this is like a nervous system thing. Maybe so something like that. And we've talked about fibromyalgia before, right?
Yeah,
we really knew about it. And then now I've been doing research on it just because there are certain blood tests that there's no real good test to see if you're, but a blood test can indicate it. And then there are some genetic tests, I think, according to Google, but I'm a little concerned. And I'm also like someone who's dealing with chronic pain. I don't want to discredit them, my God, because it could be, please. But I know we talked about that. I never really knew what fibromyalgia was until you brought it up. And now then I looked at the genetic history on the chart of my son's father, and I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah.
And they truly don't know what causes fibromyalgia.
Yeah.
It's more prominent in women than it is in men.
It doesn't get diagnosed to 30s and 40s, but I'm thinking, but if it's genetic, couldn't a kid have it? So I was looking into it. And
it could. It could. They don't know. They don't know. Fibromyalgia is just one of those syndromes that they just don't know about it. They don't know. There hasn't been enough research on it to be able to make conclusions. And it's so different in everybody. And it does hit the joints. And there are trigger points on the body that causes the pain. So, and hypnosis has been shown to help in helping with the pain and reducing the pain. It's fascinating. I'm working with a patient now who has fibromyalgia and is in constant pain, has basically become bedridden because of the pain. And so we're in the beginning stages of the hypnosis, and we're beginning it. So now we're at the point now to where at least she can get out of bed and she can go to the bathroom and she can get dressed. And so it's understanding the idiosyncrasies of fibromyalgia because they just don't know. They just don't know. But hypnosis does help with reinterpreting the signal of the pain.
Amazing.
So,
well, thank you. Sorry to digress there. What else do we have in store? I know we started late today, but we have time to continue. So please go ahead.
Well, this is fascinating. We're just talking, and it's just interesting because there's so many different ways that it helps. And with children, there are hypnotherapists that specialize in children. And there are folks that are just brilliant in working with children. Children go into hypnosis differently than an adult does. And so you have to look at it from a different perspective. So it is just fascinating. I would encourage you to you can go on to the HMI Hypnosis Motivation Institute website and search out a hypnotherapist for that. So there are hypnotherapists that do work with children that do it through Zoom. So, and it does help them. Oh my gosh, what is her name? Oh, that's going to bug me. I don't remember her name, but she's a brilliant teacher at HMI who specializes in children. So I'll have to think of her name for next week and give that to you. So,
thank you.
You're welcome. It's, some people ask, why not just regular psychotherapy? Why hypnosis? Why? Well, psychotherapy is really all about the individual on their self journey and all about discovering their inner feelings and being able to come up with their own solutions. And hypnotherapy, yeah, we do kind of the same thing. However, hypnotherapy is like a microwave. It goes much quicker. It may take months or years for psychotherapy to be successful, whereas with hypnotherapy, you put it in the microwave for a minute and you come out and you're done. So that's kind of a gross analogy, but it does happen that way. There are psychosocial issues that really are beyond our scope: sexual abuse, physical abuse, child abuse, spousal abuse. Those are really areas that really we refer to a psychiatrist or a psychologist. Issues of severe depression, issues of suicide, stuff like that. Things that have a diagnosis really are beyond our scope. We do refer them out to a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but we work in conjunction. We can still see folks and work in conjunction. And so we become a partner to the psychologist or to the psychiatrist. We become a partner in their journey. So we're just one more team member. And I think something I hope I see the day, I hope I live long enough to see the day that hypnotherapists are in doctors' offices, that hypnotherapists are in pain doctors' offices, that hypnotherapists are in hospitals and helping folks and helping with pain management rather than people suffering in hospital beds with severe pain. Hypnosis can help. Hypnosis. So I hope I live long enough that I see the day where we are partners and equals in hospitals and in doctors' offices. So next month or March, golly, we're already in February. In March.
I know, spring is going to be here soon.
It is. And we're going up to 100 degrees here soon then. Oh no.
Lucky you, where we had 2 feet of snow over the weekend. So that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah, we're 72 degrees. But I hope to live to see the day that we are a part. And oh, there's the cutie.
He has to go to school, and because there's a delay today, there's a 2-hour delay because of the weather. So I have someone picking me up right now, and he wants to whisper something in my ear. I said, Mommy's working. Do you want to say something? Come here, come meet Kevin. It's okay. You want to say something to me? Okay, don't cry. Come here. They're downstairs to take you. Come here, say hi. Come here. Okay, come here. I get to see his cats all the time. You tell me privately. Go ahead, tell me. Go ahead. It's okay. Come here. Tell me privately. Oh, they're hidden. They're in the fridge. Don't worry. No one knows. Go down. They're downstairs waiting for you. Go, honey. Yeah, they're here. Go get them. Yep, it's just pulled up. Go ahead. I love you. They're hidden. Don't worry. I love you. It's private. I promise I won't say anything to Kevin. I love you. Thank you so much. Go ahead. Go get the front door. Go get there.
He's a cutie.
That's Jackson. He's turning 5 on
5
Thursday. Yeah.
Wow. Happy birthday, Jackson.
Thank you.
So he's a cutie.
Yeah. Well, so his friend's picking him up, one of the moms from school, and he's just a little nervous because, hold on. He still drinks the bottle sometimes. So he wants to make sure his friend doesn't see it. Not that he can hear me now, but still, I was like, it's been a whisper. Like, I'm like, there's only one, and it's in the refrigerator. Cute, right? But he's fearful of that. He's 5. He shouldn't be, but I don't care. He's still getting it from whatever. But it's a big secret.
Yeah. It's he has his secrets. And
exactly.
he
So
only
thank
wants
you.
Mommy
Thank
to
you.
know.
Thank
So,
you.
but,
He popped
yeah.
in and he was like, I saw him out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, oh gosh, what is he gonna do? When I first started working from home, I guess during COVID, do you know there was a time like they whacked my banner down. They were fighting in the background, the two of them, like on a day they were home. It was like so embarrassing, but life happens. And when I work from home, it's awesome. But sometimes things get crazy, but it is what it is.
It happens. It happens. There are times I have 5 cats on the desk.
It's fine. Exactly. I'm so sorry. We're digressing here, but oh my God, now we're really almost out of time. So we got to sum up today. Sorry. Thank you for dealing with Jack. What else do you want to share with everyone before we go?
Oh, if I can help you, please give me a call. My phone number is 760-942-2274. My website is www.kevinrichardsontherapy.com.
Got it. It gets confusing. Awesome.
It gets so confusing. That's my email address. My email address is kevinrichardsontherapy@gmail.com.
Perfect.
So, Jill, thanks for asking questions about why, and thank you for helping me to share my love for helping people. And I look forward to working with lots and lots of folks and helping folks.
And you will, doctor. Thank you again. I appreciate it.
All right.
You have a great day. Good luck with the kitties. And my kids will get out of school. Everything's good. Have a great day, sweetheart. And thank you for understanding. Sorry about our problem, but everything's good. Everything's great.
Right. We're great. It's a good day.
Goodbye to Kevin and his kitties. Bye. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.